Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am watching another Dinzo video. Today it's about why it sucks to be a horse. I have a couple ideas about why it might suck to be a horse. My friends and I for sure have joked several times about, horses being the worst design of all time. Before I get going though, I do want to give a shout out to a couple of channel members. So thanks to Chief Jake 999, thanks to Bradley Sejelsk. I did not say that right. I'm sorry. Thank you to Hans Fevier. Thanks to Kenny Black, to Jerry Grow, Pterodactylus MK, Kevin C. All sorts of people. Thank you so much for being channel members, helping out the channel, and allowing us to do all sorts of fun videos like this one. So yeah, this one not looking great. Apparently the ending will be horrible, y'all. Look, it says the ending will be horrible. I mean, because the ending is glue or something, probably, is my assumption. Anyway, let's begin.
Just a quick drop to the ground, and here you are, born smack dab in the middle of a wide open field in the American.
What is that song from Spirit? Stallion of the Cimarron? Born so small. No, that's Tarzan. There's a really good one from Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. Is it?
American West. Mom gives you a few licks, then nudges you to get those wobbly spaghetti legs working, and a warm hug for the ground. A couple more face plants, and soon enough, you're wobbling around upright, looking like a person trying on heels for the first time. You wobble over and grab your first sip from the unlimited milk tap conveniently located under Mom.
Still better than humans, though. Horse gets to walk around day of, huh?
Not exactly Starbucks, but it'll do. Barely had a taste when the herd decides it's time to move, and Mom's off, so you follow her wobbly pace. This is your herd, about 8 mares, or maybe 9. And that old guy over there, that's the stallion, the leader and protector of the group, and he's also your dad. By the way, you're not the only newbie here. There are foals everywhere, all looking like tiny, shaky adults just learning to keep their legs in check. You all start sniffing each other's noses and bumping heads in what could pass as a full version of a handshake. By the time you're 4 months old, you're starting to get pretty tired of milk, so you start giving grass a try like the adults. That first bite isn't exactly a breeze, but just as you're wondering if you'll ever get the hang of it, a weird, sharp smell wafts in. You flick an ear, glance up, and...
uh-oh!
Before you even think about turning tail, the stallion's already in front of you, snorting and...
Good job, Dad.
Full-blown alarm system on 4 legs. The wolf...
I have seen horses in the wild before. Not in the Midwest, though. Not in the Western. These are like West horses or whatever. I've only seen them at Assateague Island. So if you don't know what Assateague Island is, it's great. I hope. But it's an island just like full of wild horses. They're just there. And they kind of go between Assateague and Chickatee Islands. These are little islands right off the coast of Maryland. And they are cool. And I've been camping on Assateague Island multiple times. You go camping with the wild horses on the beach. It's a good time. Anyway, those are the times I've seen wild horses. And so they're very different than, like, their experience on Assateague is going to be really, really different than what these horses here are experiencing.
Pauses, sizing him up, clearly realizing that dealing with an angry stallion and a whole herd of horses is not on his to-do list. After a few seconds of maybe, maybe not, he slinks back into the bushes like a ghost. Well, didn't expect that to be so easy. All right, back figuring out how to chew this green stuff. Days go by and you start picking up on the herd's schedule. Mornings mean munching grass, afternoons are for lazing around. Every now and then you all watch as the stallion squares off with some pushy newcomers trying to take over the whole group. Life goes on like this until one chilly morning, something's different. A sharp bite in the wind, an earthy scent you haven't smelled before.
Snow.
The adults start moving, herding together with a sense of urgency. Winter's on its way and the world's about to change. The grass turns dry and brittle, water holes shrink to puddles, and your carefree days are swapped out for long treks, searching for anything green and drinkable. Survival isn't just about how fast you can run. It's about knowing the right place at the right time. Your little body's changing, too. That soft fur you started with is growing tougher, thicker, and warmer. A cozy layer from nature to help you brace for the cold season.
Yeah, this part would suck. This part would really suck. So the first part seemed kind of great, like we just get to eat and laze about and Dad'll take care of any threats. Wintertime? No thank you.
Or, let's be real, just to make things a bit less miserable, since this fur isn't exactly
Minuscule,
winter
not big.
armor.
Yeah,
the herds
no.
huddle close, pulling you and the other foals into the center to
Aw.
shield you from the biting chill whenever the wind picks up.
I do like the I love the little animations on these. These so far, the 2 I've seen, I like the little animations. And like these guys, the dad, good job, Stallion. He's keeping the herd safe. I love it. Bring him in, yoink him into the crew. I like it.
Now it's better. You watch the older horses, hooves scraping through the snow to uncover the scraggly grass underneath. You give it a shot, pawing with your little hooves, and a bit of grass for the taking. It's not much, but it'll do. 2 years later, and you've officially entered your juvenile phase, but being grown up isn't quite what you expected. Life's starting to feel like a never-ending parade of kicks and shoves from the stallion. He's had just about enough of you and your buddies, too. As the only adult male in the herd, he's not thrilled about having a bunch of young colts coming of age around him. So you've got 2 choices.
Bet not.
Take him on for control or hit the road. All right, make your move.
Does this mean, though, like that a lot of, there's like a lot of inbreeding in horse herds? Because if like stallion impregnates a bunch of horses at the same time, right? The foals all drop at the same time, and then the colts grow up, males and females alike. They're all half siblings, right? Unless they leave. Like, if they fight the stallion. I mean, if they leave, if they go somewhere else, it's different. Look, I don't know much about anything, but I do know that in genetics, it's not great if the genes are too close. If it's humans, I'm just wondering if it's the same problem with like things like lions or horses where there's only one male. Also didn't realize there was only one male.
Move. Good choice. Sometimes keeping all your limbs in one piece is the smartest option. You might as well say goodbye to your friend on the way out. Oh, never mind. He's already trailing along, kicking out just like you.
Hi.
Meanwhile, the young mares get to stay with the herd. Now it's the 2 of you, trekking through the mountains and settling into your
nice
new
that you hang out
lifestyle.
together.
Days are spent searching for food, facing off with wolves, and sometimes making a swift retreat. Then, one day, you stumble upon a herd of 5 other young stallions. Great, new friends. You join up and form a bachelor gang, and suddenly life's looking a lot more interesting. You all roam together, hunting for food, and every so often, fights break out within the group. Watching these scraps becomes the highlight of your day as you sit back, learning a few fighting moves, and keep yourself out of the fray, until you're big enough to take your fair share of knocks. This bachelor herd has a pecking order, and it's based on strength. To climb up, you have to challenge the horse above you, then the next, until you reach the top. And that only happens after a lot of rough and bloody fights. Okay,
but you could get there.
Let's advance the story a little, and you've finally become the strongest in the group.
Good for you.
What's the next step?
Get a lady.
Finding a herd of mares and taking it over. Amazing. You're about to leave the bachelor life behind. You and your gang set off, and soon enough you cross paths with a pack of wolves. But they don't seem interested in you. They're actually targeting a herd with only 1 male. It's much easier to take on a single stallion than a whole bachelor gang.
Fair.
Makes sense.
And then follow the wolves, so they let them take out the 1 male stallion in the wild horse gang. And then, once you've done that, you can take over.
You nod politely to each other and keep moving. Wait a minute. You're both after the same thing, a herd of mares. Things just got interesting. You keep trekking over hills and endless plains. Oh, look there, a herd of mares ripe for the taking. Their stallion doesn't exactly look like he's in fighting shape, and your buddies are hyping you up. They know you're the strongest in the group, and they're ready to see you claim your prize.
And that way, they'll be able to figure out a new strongest. It works out for everybody.
Practically breaking out the popcorn as you warm up for the showdown. The stallion catches sight of you and knows what's up. Game on. In minutes, the duel kicks off. You're throwing hoof strikes and, when necessary, going in with teeth. Oh, right. He's got teeth, too.
Everyone's got teeth.
That stings. The fight drags on until you've had enough. Usually about 5 minutes of back and forth. Nice try. Your crew are sizing up the other stallion's strength based on how you're holding up. Since you're the strongest of the bunch, they know their chances are slim if you're struggling. You head back to the group, covered in bruises and scratches. Close one. Apparently. After a bit of recovery, you go after another stallion you find on the way. And, yep, round 2 of bruises.
So, in general then, like, do they often fail and fail and fail before they finally somehow manage to land a herd and then they get stronger that way. Like how strong do these like older stallions get?
Turns out claiming a herd isn't as easy as it sounds. It's a game of attempts and setbacks. You remember watching your old leader go through this until he finally won a herd. So each scar from these battles just toughens you up, makes you sharper. Winter's here and the landscape shifts. Food becomes scarce, your fur thickens, and thoughts of sparring with other stallions takes a back seat to survival.
Fair.
Even your crew wander for miles, scouring for anything edible and drinkable. When the biting cold hits, you find shelter near cliffs, huddling up to stay warm. This goes on until spring finally returns. The heavy winter coat starts to shed, and your herd mates return to their sparring routines. As for you, it's back to the hunt for a stallion with some lovely mares to win over. By age 5, you finally succeed, defeating a stallion and claiming his mares and their young for yourself. Nice.
Took
Now
you long
you're
enough.
The new stallion. Your
He
old group
has
breaks
a
up, with the
mustache.
strongest taking the lead in your place. Welcome to your new life, with all new challenges. Now you're the one fending off wolves. Having all these mares doesn't come without a cost. You raise your hooves and fend off wolves one by one, thanks to
I
all
love
the
it.
skills you honed in past
Slap them down.
fights. And
Okay.
finally,
So that's a good thing then that it takes you a while because the horses aren't necessarily, well, like they're not necessarily thinking. No one's thinking about killing you. The horses aren't trying to eat you, is my point. Although, have you seen that thing where the horse eats a bird? Horses will eat what they can eat. But like, the point is, it's good to grind, is what I've learned from this video.
back off, giving you a moment's peace before you guide the herd to a safe spot with enough grass. This
does
new
sound
life as
exhausting.
lead stallion isn't quite the glamorous gig you imagined. Protecting, finding food, guiding, and fighting. Lots of fighting. Now your opponents range from wolves and mountain lions to ambitious young stallions who want your spot. Your mares mostly keep to their roles, giving birth, caring for the young, and watching you throw down in fights. At
Yeah.
this age, you're at peak strength, nearly unbeatable, and if you get injured, the mares look after you.
That's nice.
So lucky. Winter rolls around again, bringing fresh challenges, long treks, and gnawing hunger. You lead your herd to the spots you think might still hold food and water, relying on the wisdom you've built over the years. At least in winter you get a break from those young stallions, though there's the occasional wolf that still needs a reminder of who's boss.
9.
You've got this routine down by now. By age 12, you've fought more battles than you can count and roamed these plains so often you know every inch. You're starting to feel it, though. Your muscles ache and you're slowing down. But no one cares, you've still got to fight. This might be your last showdown. A young stallion stands before you, brimming with energy and ambition, his gang cheering him on. No sweat, you've got the...
Nope.
Oh, well, that was quick. Just like that, you're defeated.
Aw,
The mares are
where'd he
gone
go?
without so much as a goodbye. How's that for gratitude? Now, for the first time,
Well,
you're
you know, they can make they need to be protected in some kind of way. Apparently their hooves don't matter. Don't matter that they've got hooves and teeth too. They need to be protected by the stallion. And if you cannot be protecting them, they're gonna go with who can. Makes sense. Logic. Horse logic.
truly alone, wandering the same plains you once ruled with your herd. After years of protecting them, you're left hoping you can protect yourself. Winter's here. This time, I'm not so sure your body can take the biting cold, but let's find out. You push forward alone through the freezing winds, scaling mountains in search of anything green. You've got a bit of fat stored from the last seasons. Hopefully it'll keep you going. You keep moving until you find the side of a rocky cliff and settle down beneath it for shelter. Remember when you used to huddle here with the herd, all packed tight to stay warm? Now it's just you, no one to lean on.
So sad.
Think they even remember you? Oh,
No.
Look over there. There's that old wolf you've taught a lesson to so many times. Looks like he might be back for a little revenge. And he's brought friends. What a way to go. Dinner for a bunch of mangy wolves.
Okay. Why does he not beat him now? He used to be able to beat them all. Nope. Wolves gotta eat too, I guess. Wolves gotta eat too. Circle of life, etc., 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 etc. Anyway. That's why it sucks to be born as a horse. Kind of seems like, yeah. I do kind of want to watch. It does put Stallion of the Cimarron in a different light, a little bit. Like, because that movie technically ends on a hopeful note, but knowing what's going to happen to that poor guy, very sad. Sorry, Spirit. Sucks to be you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and let me know by leaving a like or a comment, subscribing to the channel. All of those things help out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you are able to help out monetarily, we'd also really, really appreciate that. It does allow us to do more stuff like this. It allows like just random videos, whatever it is you want. It allows me to hire more people. So you don't have to just suffer through me. And yeah, so it just gives us a little bit more options for you. Better equipment, etc., etc. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.